An embroiderer who worked on royal wedding gowns said she still fears losing her home as she has been excluded from government support throughout the pandemic. Chloe Savage, 43, said she only received a £1,000 grant in November which barely covered her running costs for 2 weeks, and she has been forced to give up her workshop. The mother, of 2, from Warmley, near Bristol, was enlisted to help create the dresses of both the Duchess of Cambridge, 38, in 2011 and the Duchess of Sussex, 39, in 2018. But despite her high-profile past successes, the expert needleworker has described the last year as absolutely heartbreaking. Ms. Savage, who supports both the Excluded UK and Forgotten Ltd campaigns, which are asking the government for more support for self-employed and small business owners, said she was not expecting good news from today's budget announcement. But in a barrage of big spending commitments worth a total of £65 billion, Rishi Sunak confirmed self-employed income support will be extended to include 600,000 workers who previously did not qualify. These excluded Britons were previously not eligible because they did not begin trading until 2019. However, the latest installment of the Self-Employment Income Support Scheme will cover 80% of trading profits for those who have filed a 2019-20 tax return, capped at £7,500. The fourth grant will open in April and cover February, March, and April, with a fifth and final self-employed grant also confirmed for May until September. Ahead of the announcement, Ms. Savage stressed that an estimated 3 million people have been left without support throughout the pandemic. Rishi Sunak still refuses to admit the numbers are even correct, she said. There are 3 million people out there, myself included, who will never vote Tory again. If I start hoping, I am going to be disappointed. The expert needleworker, who helped sew Meghan's veil, added have a bit of support, mostly from outside individuals. A lovely lady set up a crowdfunder which paid 2 months' worth of rent, but we are still living on a hand-to-mouth, day-to-day basis. She is due to begin repaying a £25,000 bounce-back loan from the government in April, but currently has no work to be able to do so. Writing off bounce-back loans would be really good because it takes a lot of pressure off with trying to work out how we are going to repay it when we still can't work, she said. Rishi Sunak today sparked fears of a future return to lockdown after he extended the furlough scheme to the end of September and announced grants for the self-employed will also continue. The Chancellor used the budget to confirm that furloughed workers will continue to receive 80% of their wages for the next 7 months. However, businesses will be asked to contribute more to the scheme, starting with a 10% contribution from July and a 20% contribution from August. Meanwhile, the Treasury will run 2 further rounds of its grants for the self-employed scheme, with the 4th round covering February to April and a 5th and final round covering from May onwards. The 4th grant will provide 3 months of support at 80% of average trading profits, while the 5th grant will be more targeted, with the worst affected still getting 80% while others will get 30%. Mr. Sunak has opted to extend the handouts long beyond Boris Johnson's target date for a return to something close to normal life in England of June 21. The moves will therefore inevitably prompt concerns that the PM's coronavirus roadmap for reopening could be delayed or that there could be another national shutdown in the future. Ms. Savage comes from a family of dressmakers, and described the industry as a dying profession and said even when theatres reopen, she fears she may not have enough work. She said, theatres can reopen at a certain point, but we suspect they are going to do a lot of recycling of costumes because their budgets are shot. They have lost a year's worth of income. The people we work with are equally as broke and we are not sure how we are going to move forward. She added, I have paid my taxes since the day I started working at 16 when I had my first Saturday job. I have not failed to work and support my 3 children, ever. It is a massive kick in the teeth, and when I actually need the help through no fault of my own. Why is it now we're basically told we're not worthy? Ms. Savage, who trained at the prestigious École Lesage in Paris and the Royal School of Needlework at Hampton Court Palace, has worked on the Harry Potter franchise and on pieces for international catwalks and museums. Her needlework meant she had to sign the Official Secrets Act before working on the royal dresses. After being contacted by the Royal School of Needlework in 2011, Miss Savage became part of a team of 20 who made Kate's stunning Alexander McQueen gown, designed by Sarah Burton, featuring intricate lace applique bodice and sleeves. The workmanship saw individual flowers cut from lace and hand-engineered onto ivory silk tulle to create a unique and organic design, which incorporated the rose, thistle, daffodil and shamrock. In 2018, when Meghan donned a pure white silk Givenchy gown and 15-feet veil by Givenchy's Claire Waite-Keller, Miss Savage was once again on hand to help. The embroiderer helped to create Meghan's veil made from silk tulle with a trim of hand-embroidered flowers in silk threads and organza. The veil was embellished with the distinctive flora of each Commonwealth country united in a single spectacular floral composition. But when the pandemic struck and work became scarce, the mother of two was forced to pack up her Bristol workshop and run the business from her mother's garage. She previously told the Sunday Times that her daughter, 14, has stopped eating lunch and dinner to try and help save money on food. Miss Savage said, "I'm heartbroken. She's not communicating because she's worried. I can't cope with any more stress.